Do you consider yourself a hopeless romantic?
Hopeless romantic?
The reason why I asked this is because I almost feel like Bitcoiners, in order to become a Bitcoiner, you have to be at least a little bit romantic to even remotely grasp the idea and accept the idea that there can be something as good as Bitcoin. Because the promises of Bitcoin oftentimes to outsiders is too good to be true. And then some people just turn away from that because they saying, oh, there's no free lunch and how can it's impossible because it's too ideal.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you need to be a little bit romantic to accept that there can be the ideal to be a Bitcoiner.
That's where I was going to go with it, actually. Like, when you say hopeless romantic, that brings up connotations for me of like someone that wears their heart on their sleeve and is like always chasing romantic love. And I don't think I'd put myself in that category, but I've definitely been accused of being an idealist for sure. But Bitcoin is in many ways an ideal made real, right? Like there was no possibility of creating a fixed supply asset of any kind whatsoever before Bitcoin. I don't think there's the possibility of ever creating a fixed supply asset after Bitcoin. Now, there are umpteen million shitcoiners that will raise their hand and be like, no, my favorite shitcoin also has a fixed supply, blah, 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 or even a diminishing supply, But those assets are not decentralized. There's no credible assurance of the integrity of their supply or their diminishing supply, right? There is a group or an individual or a foundation, someone that controls the rules of that asset. So you can tell me, your favorite shitcoin has a fixed supply, but I don't buy it. Bitcoin has this like battle-hardened path where it's been attacked, right? It was hard forked in 2017, and all of these attempts to actually break the supply cap of Bitcoin have failed, right? That it is a tried and true money that has apparently an actually unchangeable, immutable, fixed supply that no one knows how to cause it to deviate from that. Despite a lot of influential Bitcoiners attacking Bitcoin in 2017 during the block size wars. You could read the book, The Block Size Wars, for more on this. But not only were they influential, but they're also very well-financed companies and individuals trying to take control of the Bitcoin network and the nodes. It's a very complicated, interesting story, actually. It shows you that interface between the protocol layer and the social layer we talked about earlier. But ultimately, the social layer won. And the nodes won, basically. They chose out of their own individual self-interest what was right for them, and that is what Bitcoin continues to be to this day. So it isn't ideal. Like, isn't a money with 0% terminal inflation, again, 0%, right? Like, would you say that the number 0 is an ideal? Well, it's the center point of mathematics. I don't know that it's going anywhere. You can't really change it. It's an idea that completely transformed the world,
Of course.
made all modernity possible, and it paradoxically is the number that represents no number. It's like this crazy symbolic paradox. And I think Bitcoin is literally on par with that. We have this perfect money, basically, right?
Wow. So see, we're sounding coddish again.
Yeah, we sound cultish, but again, go do the deep dive on why I love this sequence of reasoning. Why did gold become money? All right. I think if you ask that question, you'll eventually arrive at, well, what are the properties of good money? What did people choose? And people narrow this list down differently. I was popular for saying it needs to be divisible, durable, recognizable, portable, and scarce. Gold was the best tool for that job for 5,000 plus years. Problem though, gold isn't too portable, right? So if we're going to have a globalized society transacting across oceans, well, you need that gold to move at the speed of light. We couldn't really do that with real physical gold, so we put a derivative layer on top of it called banknotes. And that's where all the corruption happened, right? Between the custodian of the gold and, trust me, bro, the gold is here, and the derivative layer, which is actually moving these banknotes around that are supposed to be pegged to gold, But if you don't settle frequently enough, then you just get corruption and systemic risk. Well, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is money that has perfected those properties of money. It can't be more divisible. It's divisible into 100 million units called Satoshis today. You could, via soft fork, which is a backwards compatible software update, you can increase the divisibility on Bitcoin ad infinitum. So if it ever got to the point where, a cup of coffee was half a Satoshi, we could increase the divisibility. All right. So it's perfected divisibility. It's perfected durability. It's distributed code. The analogy I like here is the Bible. You could go on a Bible burning campaign to your heart's content, but you're never going to destroy the Bible, right? Because the Bible is an idea. It's like permeated the collective psyche. It's been written down and memorized even. It's all over the place, right? You're not getting rid of it. So for all intents and purposes, I would argue that the Bible as an idea has basically infinite durability. It's going to be with us till the end of time, or till the end of human time, at least. I would say Bitcoin's the same. It's just this distributed information. It's updated everywhere. Records are maintained everywhere. Obviously, it's a purely native digital asset, so you can move it at the speed of light. You're not getting much faster than that. It's very portable. Recognizability means the ability to authenticate the veracity of the money. So this is actually where we get the term sound money. Drop a gold coin from a certain height, makes a certain sound. That's a heuristic for the gold being pure. You could also assay the gold to get more precise verification of its authenticity. Bitcoin has perfected that too, right? Every node is always checking the entire network. You can audit the entire supply yourself. You don't trust, you verify, as they say. And then finally, scarcity, which is, maybe not the ideal word. We may want to go with the word integrity, right? Supply integrity. Bitcoin has definitely perfected that in that it has a fixed supply, and there's no better money than that. So yes, I think Bitcoin is an ideal made real, but it's, yes, challenging for people to accept that because of the old phrase which you brought up. Sounds too good to be true.
Right.
But the thing about Bitcoin is that it is so true. It is the truest thing we have ever created. And in truth is goodness. So it's a lot to absorb. But I haven't heard any very compelling counter arguments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to find more just like it, and here to find our most recent episode. Also, make sure to like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected.